The Nation of Islam has their say on Donald Trump, too. In case you missed it, Mr. Louis Farrakhan had a little bit of a diatribe to say about President Trump.
I believe those that killed Kennedy and those that assassinated Lincoln and the base government that's under the real government are weighing Mr. Trump. Because if they can't control him, they usually will move to kill what they can't control. Do you follow me? Yes, sir. He's not being controlled right now.
What he said was a little bit alarming for most because, he has never been a fan of President Trump, but he is even less of a fan of the Jewish nation. We're not going to get into too much of the weeds when it comes to that, but I do want to tackle about something he said. We've said before on Too Strong that we have a suspicion, and so has Tucker interviewed Trump to say the same thing, that when they can't stop him, they will try to end him physically, remove his life, unalive him. Ironically, Farrakhan says the same thing, although for completely different reasons. What he says there, though, is something kind of akin to, how should I say it? Racial tensions. How? The Nation of Islam has always been about the upliftment of the black race. We know this. But when it comes to the twist on the religious side with Islam, they are the kind of people that will denounce the Jews. They don't like them. Farrakhan has not been one to bite his tongue when it comes to the Jewish nation. He sees President Trump as someone that right now the government can't really control. And without control, they can't direct his powers to where they want it. And when that can't happen, the next best step is to remove you because your influence is big, but not in the way they want it. He advises Trump to not make any deals whatsoever with Israel. I said before, his reasonings are his own, and it has very little to do with who Trump actually is. While he might be seeing the end of Trump under a different scope, it should tell you one very important thing. There are many reasons people want President Trump dead. Not just removed from the picture, but dead. I think what they're not banking on is the word martyr. Now, if you're not a logically thinking person, that word would not pop into your head. When you're just hell-bent on revenge and ending somebody, you're not thinking of the repercussions of your actions, which is what they're not thinking of. While for us in America, everyday citizens, the end or the death of President Trump only means more support for what he started. In Farrakhan's mind, the end of Trump is a different meaning altogether. You see, he's the last president that, even by Farrakhan's measurements, that cannot be controlled. Farrakhan is fully aware that the only way for not only his mindset to thrive, but anyone's mindset to thrive, is to have a president that will not be controlled by elite society. Even Farrakhan recognizes this. Now, I don't want to go into all the red tape about him being Antichrist and Trump being part of the whole global system. Look, there is one thing you cannot avoid that is 100% factual. Whether or not he follows everything biblically, and whether or not he is a Christian, and whether or not he is for black people or for white people, all that aside, what he is definitely for is the original mindset behind America. What's that? Freedom to do whatever you want to do. Nobody in the elite circles wants that. And if someone like Farrakhan can see that, what does that tell you? A man so single-minded in his purpose, even he can look at this situation and see that even for all his flaws, Donald Trump is still a threat to the one thing keeping Farrakhan down. If he can see it, what does that mean for the enemies of President Trump? They see it too. Why do you think they're pushing so hard to, one, silence him, and two, possibly end him? Because without him around, in their minds, there'll be no more influence. But again, they forget the word martyr. What they're prepping to do is to create an even bigger icon in Mr. Trump than ever if they were to end him. And they're not thinking along those lines. That works out two ways: beneficial for some and to the detriment of all. Here, I'm not saying Donald Trump's a savior. Just hear me out. Donald Trump as a person, you can say even to the end of horrible human being. You can go that far if you want to judge him morally. President Trump, whole nother kettle of fish. He is and has been the only president, the only one to have never, 0 times, instigated, participated, or been involved in the late end part of a war. Nobody on the elite spectrum wants that. War means money in their coffers, and it also keeps you, the citizen, under their thumb. What happens if that thumb gets removed? They lose their power. Do you think they're going to be concerned about your viewpoint at all if in their mind they're getting rid of the one person that has your back? Like I said before, it may seem convoluted, but if Farrakhan can see this, and he's a single track mind person, how are you not seeing it? Again, this is not about support for the policy and person of President Trump. There is something more nefarious at work here, and that is the removal of the American voice. Just be aware that if it does happen, it will not be the end of our turmoil, nor will they be happy with him being gone. They're going to want more and more and more. Like he said, he's only in the way. And I fully believe that. Now, again, this is on the worldly side, political side, America as a nation side. This has nothing to do right now with the spiritual side. That's a battle each of us has to fight on our own. But as for this, we are in it, in the world, may not be of it, and we have to be aware of what it implies to us on a day-to-day basis. If they get him, we're next.